button, make sure it turns red. Ryan, you are the man. Okay, the recording started, and we are going to 220 to 221, whatever it takes. Absolutely. There you go, buddy. Whatever it takes. My name is Kerry Miller. For all those that are new on board, I am the IAW trainer. We come together every single Wednesday night. It's always a pleasure to have each and every one of you on board. There's nothing I enjoy better than to get meet up with the family on Wednesday nights and have a good old fireside chat and just get business done and enjoy each and every one of you. And I want to thank you for taking your time for coming out and doing what we do. Because we do one thing here on Wednesday nights. We learn how to make money. And there's nothing any more important if you're in business than making money. Because if you don't make money, you're not in business very long. And tonight what we're going to do is we're going to open broaden our horizons a little bit. And we're going to show you some different things. As a matter of fact, I'm launching a new campaign starting tomorrow. Where we're going to go into some niche markets, and it's like I do with everything I do. If I tell you what's going on, it's because I'm doing it. I don't come on and teach you anything, and if it doesn't work, I'll tell you it didn't work, and if it works, I'll tell you it does work. But I think this is going to be an exciting thing that we're fixing to start doing. We're fixing to start testing the market tomorrow, and we're going to talk about it tonight. Next week, what I'm going to do is we're starting to build the demos, and we're starting to work on that. Next week what we'll do is we'll actually go into the demos, and I'll share those with you, and I'll share the formats with you, exactly how we're going to do it. And but what got me thinking about it was today, where one of our customers said, "Can you do this?" And after I thought about it, about 30 minutes, my light bulb went off, and the little question mark went up over the top of my head, and I said, "Man, how in the heck did I miss that market?" And I thought about, matter of fact, the market I'm talking about is what got me into mobile apps to begin with when I owned a roofing company. And I'll never forget calling Woodrow and said, "Hey man, I was on YouTube and I saw your company and this is exactly what I need. I want to be able to build my own app." And I searched around, man. Back 3 years ago, they wanted so much money, and I missed a cow in a corridor. Well, I hear you, brother. I know what you're saying. And let me tell you something. When you miss that cow, it sucks. And so I'm going to show you the cow tonight, and hopefully you don't miss it. But we're going to go into this, and we're going to talk, and I'm going to share some ideas with you, and we're going to build this thing together. And I hope you guys get on board with this, and some of you are going to do it, some of you aren't going to do it, some of you aren't going to do it, and in about 3 weeks, I'm going to tell you I done sold about 60 of these things, and you're going to come back, and you're going to say, "I should have listened again, Kerry." But there again, I didn't step on the train, and the train started going, and I wasn't on it, and you was the conductor, and once again, I didn't listen. So I hope you listen to me tonight, because I think I've stumbled onto something that's actually going to be exciting. I think it's going to make a lot of money, and I think it's now. Just like the digital business cards. And, you know, it's just the way it works. And so what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit tonight. Before we do that, I'm going to take care of some housekeeping like I do every single week. If you have not joined our YouTube channel, go to youtube.com/Instant App Wizard. That's the first place that everything shows up, all the recordings that I do. All the trainings that I do, everything I do is on YouTube, and I put it up there first, and then the next thing I do, I post it into Facebook, and then the next thing I do, I send it out via the email. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that you get it quickly. So join our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Instant App Wizard. We have a lot of people that's on there, and guess what? They get it before you do if you're not there. Also like us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Instant App Wizard. Now that's not our group page. That's not the page where most of you guys hang out and we post most of the stuff we do. And but what we want to do is make sure that you go to that facebook.com/instant. Excuse me, just burped up some frog. But go to that facebook.com/Instant App Wizard. Also, if you did not get the text reminder tonight, and I know some of you didn't because most of you text me and say, "Hey, Gary, what time's training start?" Instead of texting me, I want you to pull out your phone right now, and I want you to text AppCall, 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 all lowercase, to 727-478-1343. That's 727-478-1343. That's AppCall, APPCALL. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds here, and I want you to pull your phone out, and that way you don't have to text me or call me and say, Carrie, is training going on tonight? Every now and then we have to move training. I might be on the road, or something may come up and I have to move training. So we want to make sure that you have the opportunity to know exactly what's going on with training. So make sure you do that. Woodrow is the one that controls that, and if I'm not available or something happens, he sends that message out. And of course, we all know that things come up, and we'll move it to another night, or we just cancel it for the week. But we want to make sure that you get that information. App call APPCALL to 727-478-1343. Our Facebook group. If you are not a member of our Facebook group, and let me preface it with this. First off, you got to be on Facebook. Secondly, you've got to make a request. Thirdly, if your name is different than what you signed up with in Instant App Wizard, then you need to email me at Kerry, Kerry, at instantappwizard.com and say, Kerry, this is my Facebook name. I'm trying to get into your Facebook group. So go to facebook.com/groups/Instant App Wizard. A lot of suggestions and great ideas come from there. And there's also some things that come up that spark my memory of things that we've done and things that have happened in the past. And we're going to talk about a couple of those here real quick. First off, I want to just put a shout out to Terrell Williams. Okay, Terrell said, I joined Instant App Wizard July the 8th and sold my first app today. And, of course, that was yesterday at 3:08. Congratulations, Terrell. And let me tell you why Terrell sold an app yesterday. Because Terrell got off of his butt and he made something happen. So many people get involved in things, and boy, they're all excited, and it's kind of like Christmas time. You go out there and you get your present, you open it up, and then it sits on the shelf all year long, and you never break it out, and then you wonder why the batteries are dead when you go over and try to turn it on, and you never get anything out of it. Well, let me tell you what Terrell did. Terrell made it happen. So let's all take a bit of encouragement from Terrell. Okay, he joined on July the 8th, and he sold his first app on July the 15th. Absolutely wonderful, Terrell, and I want to congratulate you live right here tonight, and I want to thank you for sharing that with us. Terrell, I know that you're off to a good start, and I know you're going to make things happen because you already are. So everybody take some encouragement from Terrell. Get off your butts and make things happen. Sorry, I had to mute it for just a moment. About to choke to death. And next is from Will Sims, and I wanted to share this with you for a reason. Scratch off coupon. I have a coupon set to every 7 days. It can scratch however time I scratch it, the discount shows. Anyone else using a scratch off coupon and you're having any problems with setting limits on it? Hey, George Brown, how you doing, my friend? Let me tell you about the scratch off coupon, okay? It's a great product. It's a great tool, and it's a great selling tool. But scratch-offs do not work because of the difference in phones. Doesn't work on every phone. So it works on the majority of phones. We've tested it on almost all phones. But some phones it does not work on. It's just like I talked about last week or the week before. We both could have an Android S4. And yours is from AT&T and mine is from Sprint. And it does two different things. So be in mind in that, and I'm not actually talking about what he is talking about here, but I wanted to make sure everybody understood. We have so many new people here. To understand exactly what you have, that's extremely important. Scratch Off is a great program, works on the majority of phones out there that are popular, but it doesn't work on every single phone, and so you want to make sure that you understand that. So, and to answer his question, if you would, if you're having problems with setting that to every 7 days and it's not working, make sure you put in a ticket. If you guys have any technical problems at all, make sure you go into the system and put in a ticket. Mark is constantly in there looking at those, and so you want to make sure that you put that ticket in. Mike Cahill, and this is a very good point, and thank you for pointing it out. Android is an open platform, and that's why there's differences. People can make it work differently. And believe it or not, we could have the same phone from the same place, and the reason I say that is because this happened when we first came out with the program, and people could not get their GPS to work with the app. That's because some people turn on their GPS differently in these phones. So you got to make sure, especially if you're sitting down with a customer, find out what phone they have and understand that phone and kind of see how they have it set up, because you can definitely set up these phones. It's just like a computer. I can sit down and set up my computer any way I want. Okay, and that's another thing. Many Android users don't up their operating system. Let me tell you, I'm one of those, because I've updated my operating system twice and I've lost everything I had. So I'm very leery about updating my operating systems, and this is what happens when that happens, and that's a good point, Woodrow. If I don't update my operating system and we are constantly upgrading our technology in our system, guess what? I may bypass the technology in my phone. So that's another point. I don't do it, and I know when iOS 7 came out, okay, it erased most everybody's phone out there. So there was a tough time when that program came out. Matter of fact, Apple, I think, lost a little bit of share when that happened, because people was just like, man, what the heck's going on here? So, but, you know, it's different with every phone. You know, it just happens. So, but make sure you understand the system. Make sure you understand phones. If you have to, go to YouTube and watch some videos on different phones and how to set up and so forth. But know this, it's not our system. That's the biggest point I want to make. A lot of people say, well, the system's broke. No, it's not the system's broke. The system works fine, okay? It's the phones that had the problem. But let me tell you, phones are kept catching up rapidly with the HTML5 and the jQuery and all that stuff that makes these mobile apps operate. And because people are going away from native apps. They're expensive. Most companies do not need a native app, and they need a mobile app, and that's what suffices and satisfies their needs for their company. And most people are getting away from native apps. So you're on the right path. Just know that phone technology has not caught up with the mobile app industry, but it is rapidly, and it's come a long ways. And I'm sure Woodrow would agree with this. It's come a long way since we first built this platform 3 years ago. Trust me, I've done every single test there was on this platform. Been there when every single build came out. Speaking of builds, 2.0 is just about probably within 30 days will be out. Matter of fact, Woodrow and I are going to be doing some tests on it here in about a week, and we're going to be reaching out to you guys to help do some beta testing for us. So, but I just wanted to bring that up about the scratch-off coupon. Now let's get into the training here, and I'm not going to go into the platform tonight. I'm not going to go in and show you how I'm building what I'm building. We're going to go out. We just sold our first app today. We're going to go out tomorrow, and we're going to start testing it in some of these niche markets. But how many ways can you make money with a mobile app? Well, I'm going to tell you, with our platform, there are dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens. And if some of you listened to me, and I know some of you did because you went out and started selling it this way, reputation management is a very good example. I showed you how to take reputation management along with the marketing platform and your text marketing, and do nothing but build a reputation management app. Some people took advantage of that, and guess what they did? Isn't it amazing? They took advantage of that training and they made money. Okay? Why? Because they found another way to market that app. Because when you go out and you sell to these niche markets and you sell a piece of the platform, what can you do later on? If you sell a piece of something, if you go in and you buy a new car and you buy the base model, what can you always go back and do? You can upgrade. You can upgrade what you have. Maybe the radio is not quite the radio you want, and you didn't have the extra $500 or $1,000 to get the nice system. Next year, you have the opportunity to go back and get the nice system. Okay? Maybe you wanted the nicer speakers and you didn't have the money to do that. So if you go out and sell a piece of something, you can always go out and sell another piece. Thank you, Michael Cahill. That's exactly right. You can always go out and sell another piece. So what a great way to go out and market these apps. Because now you start off with a $49 or a $99 app, and then you work it up to a $200 app, and then you work it up to a $300 a month app. Because what you're doing is you're training them as you go, and you allow them to understand and learn how to use the system piece at a time. And if it's working for them, what are they willing to do? They're willing to write a check for anything you bring to the table without question, because they trust you, they understand you, and they understand your system, and they also understand that you know exactly what you're talking about. Okay? So you want to make sure that when you go out and you sell these a piece at a time, that you're not just selling a piece, you're selling a piece so you can go back and sell another piece. It's kind of like putting together a puzzle. You know, you're going to give them a piece of the puzzle today, and you're going to put it together, and you're going to show them what you do, and you're going to show them exactly how to do it, and then you're going to go back and you say, okay, here's the head to the puzzle, and now here's the feet to the puzzle, and now here's the ankles to the puzzle, and next thing you know, it's going to work, and you're making more and more money, and that's what this business is all about. The second thing is, and I'm telling you right now, guys, if you have not got on this train right here, you are missing the boat. The boat has already sailed, and I'm already halfway around the world, because I've tried to show you. I think I showed you 165 apps last week. I think we're up to 175, 180 apps this week. If you have not jumped on the digital business card business, then you missed the boat. You've absolutely missed the boat. Okay? I've been talking about this for several months now, and I'm telling you, the DBC is the hottest ticket on the market right now. Okay? I developed it over a year ago. Been studying it, been watching it, been learning, been testing the market, and I'm telling you, we've refined it to where they are absolutely flying off the shelf. And I tell you every single week, if I can sell digital business cards in Wasilla, Alaska, okay, home of Sarah Palin, I can sell digital business cards anywhere. So if you haven't picked up on that business, and I'm not going to train on digital business cards tonight. Matter of fact, I probably won't train on digital business cards for another year, because we beat it to death and people ask questions, and we went over training last week. And so we want to make sure that if you're not in the DBC business, you jump in the DBC, because that is a great way to upgrade. That's a great way to share. That's a great way to upsell and do the things that you do. Whew, man, that looks good. But you want to make sure that you get in on that business. Now, this is what I'm looking at now. Okay, it's a digital business card on steroids. It's called digital service cards. Digital service cards, and we're going to make them specifically, and we're going to design them specifically for the service industry. Now, every one of us here, whether you get your yard mowed or your leaves raked or your roof put on, or it doesn't matter what it is, you need a digital service card, or they need a digital service card. Okay? With the advent and with the inclusion of the form program that was put in there several weeks ago, and this is what sparked my brain today when this customer said, hey, I own a refrigeration business and I have a whole string of Krogers. Can you make me a service card where this store can put in there, and they can tell me if it's the deli, or they can tell me what area it's in, and they're going to click on a drop-down box, and they're going to say, okay, this is the deli, store 127. Here's the phone number, and here's the problem. It's running at 70 degrees, and it needs to be running at 50 degrees. And they will push that button, and they will jump on it, and they will absolutely blow it out of the water with that, because now it's instantaneous. They don't have to call anybody. It's going to go straight to his email, okay? And this is going to be a great place, and we're going to add this to this. This is going to be one of our upsells. It's going to be a great place to do text marketing. So we want to make sure that we work together, and I'm going to show you exactly how to build this digital service card business from the ground up. We're launching our first one tomorrow, and I'm excited about it. I got excited about it today. Matter of fact, I think I was on top of the table. I did have my clothes on, thank goodness. But I was on top of the table. I was absolutely excited. And no, I've thought about this for a long time. It's like I say, I owned a roofing company, a very, very successful roofing company. Our second year, we did $1.9 million, and we started off with nothing. So it was extremely successful, and I was looking for an app so that I could go out and get my customers and keep my customers, and I just couldn't I couldn't wait to do it. And so with the roofing company, I was able to do that, and I was able to get them signed up, and I was able to send them information, and I was able to do things with them and stay on top of that business, okay? But guess what happened with Kerry? Kerry started thinking about some other things, and Kerry started doing other things, and he kind of forgot about that once he sold his roofing company and started getting into the digital app business, into the mobile app business, and it was just crazy, you know, what was going on. But I kind of got away from that. But today really sparked my mind and really sparked where I'm at and what I want to do. And now I'm fixing to start. I'm going from digital business cards to digital service cards. And I'm very, very, very excited about that. So roofers is number one, okay? Roofers is number one. And I cannot wait. Plumbers. Any service industry, I want you to think about this. People, when they need somebody, they're going to pick up the Yellow Pages or the phone book, or they're going to go to one of the sites online, Yelp or one of those sites, and they're going to get the first person they come to, okay, because they're in a hurry. What if you're sending out messages to them and letting them know that you're still in business, letting them know you're still around? They've got your app on their phone. With the click of a button, emergency number, they can get a hold of you. That leak in the hot water heater, you can go call them up, tell them what to do, tell them how to take care of it, tell them what they need to do, and let me tell you something. You've got a customer for life. The biggest thing for a service company to hold on to is customers. And the biggest reason it's hard for them to hold on to is because there's so many of them, okay? People are pounding the doors, just like roofers. Let me tell you something. When a storm comes, they just absolutely pound the doors, okay? But if you're staying on top of that and you're watching that customer and they know you're there, you're not going to have to worry about them pounding the doors. When a hailstorm comes, guess what they're going to do? They're going to remember you because you stay in constant contact. So roofers, plumbers, what's another good service industry? Let me get my thing to change here. AC and refrigeration. And I put this in there because that's what this guy does today. AC and refrigeration. Absolutely, painters. It doesn't matter what the service industry is. When somebody needs to get a hold of you quick, they have to get a hold of you quick. And but it's awesome what they do and how quick an app can help. Not only that, guess what you're building? You're building a database, but not only that, guess what you're going to do? You're going to add texting to these. Let's go back to the roofer, okay? A hailstorm comes, and as a roofing company, you track those storms, and you build your list according to the area, and the minute that hailstorm comes, guess what you're going to do? You're going to send out a text message, an immediate message, say, hey, you know, we were there for you then, we're still here for you now, give us a call, okay? Give us a call. So AC and refrigeration, just like this guy today, and do not limit yourself. Let me tell you what most of us did. We say, well, you know, this part market won't work. This guy that we signed up today and we're fixing to build his app for, a $200 app, okay, $200, and all he wants on it is some forms. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. He specializes in grocery stores alone, and one specific grocery store. But he wants his customers to be able to reach out to him. So do not limit yourself to where you're at or what you're doing. Don't let it happen, okay? Lawn services. I can tell you, and I visit southern Florida a lot, okay? Everywhere you go, there's a lawn service. It's funny, I was looking the other day and a big storm came through, and just like we have snow trucks in Texas, they have palm leaves trucks in Florida. And all these guys do is ride around picking up palm leaves. They're absolutely everywhere. I was down at the beach yesterday and I saw the coconuts growing in the trees. So, you know, I guess they'll have coconut trucks next. I don't know. But lawn services, any type of industry like that, and you think about this. You sign people up, and we know that we can categorize, and I'm going to go in and show you guys all this next week, so do not miss next week's training. But you can go in and categorize the month. So you can say, okay, lawn salesman, you're going to sign all your people up for January under the keyword January. Why is that? Because I want to text my people in January and February and remind them that we need to come clean the leaves out of their gutters. Okay, or we need to come rake their yard or whatever it is. Okay, and we want the people in February. That way we can categorize them and we can send the information out. And that's just not for lawn services. That's for every service. So you want to categorize your keywords and actually put these in keyword specific. That way you can keep up with them and make that happen. The list is absolutely never ending. Okay, the list is never ending. Guys, this service card, this service business card could be the hottest thing since the mobile app. Nobody's doing it. And I'm going to tell you why I know nobody's doing it. I was in the service industry. Some of you may be in the service industry. Some of you may not even have a digital service card for yourself. Okay? You may not even have a service card for yourself. That's the reason I joined AppWizard. So I could build my own service card. And I love the product so much. Woodrow and I got together, and guess what? Here I am, and 3 years later, I'm developing apps and developing programs and working with these guys and putting together things, and it's going to work. I'm telling you, this service card, digital service card, is going to be a hot commodity. And the reason I know that, I already see where the digital business card's going. You know, it's funny. We've been selling the digital business card to individual businesses, okay? And one of my salesmen came up the other day and he said, hey, man, he said, I just got a sales organization and we're fixing to build 50 cards out of there. How do I price that? The same way you're pricing the other cards. You see, when you're selling something for a low margin like that, there is no discounts. It is what it is. Okay. Now you may go in there and you may give a little bit of discount on the setup fee because you don't, all you have to do is hit the duplicate button and change the logo. But what you want to make sure you do is you price it accordingly. This is what happens when you give discounts, and this is especially in the service industry. Okay, you're going to go give discounts in the service industry, and the next thing you know, those guys are talking. This guy wouldn't buy, and so he's going to get a deal for $49, and the next guy $69. Don't think for a second that these guys don't talk. So set your price and keep your price where it's at, because all you're doing is cutting your own throat. Because what's going to happen is Jim's going to tell John, and John's going to say, whoa, 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 whoa. He got his for $69, and you're telling me it's $99. Okay, so don't cut your own throats. And that happens all the time. If that's probably the biggest question I have, or the biggest question I get when I get emails from people. What should my pricing be? I don't care what it is. Well, I don't know what your costs are. I don't know what your overhead is, and I don't know all that stuff. But I let you guys know all the time. Whatever that stuff is, you got to make sure you build it in there. Just like these service cards. We're going to sell them for about $179 a pop. Okay? And I already know that that's what the market will bear. If they need 4 forms on there, and it's going to depend on the number of forms, and I'll break all this down for you next week. But it's going to depend on how many forms they need. For example, this one today needed 3 separate forms. Okay? And with those 3 separate forms, it's going to take a little bit of work. And my fees are based on my work. Okay? My average fee for me, if you want me to do something for you and it takes me an hour, you're going to write me a $250 check. If you want me to consult with you for an hour, you're going to write me a $250 check. Okay? Kenny, I was wondering where you was at, dude. I mean, this is not Wednesday night without you. And don't tell me the time got away, because if you would have been signed up on the app call to receive your notification via text message, you would not have been late. So, Kenny, I will spank you because I'm fixing to be done, dude. You've done missed the whole thing. That's right. You were caught, man. You were caught. But so don't undercut yourself, okay? Don't come out there and cheat yourself. And it's like I was saying before Kenny rudely interrupted me and checked in at 8:30 at night. Uh, but don't cut yourself short, okay? Yeah, bad, Kenny. That's right. Everybody's telling you you're bad, Kenny. Everybody says, what's wrong with you, dude? So don't cut yourself short. And don't don't cheat yourself out of money. But if you call me today and you said, Kerry, I would really like to spend 1 hour with you in personal time, okay? I would tell you, here, I'm going to send you an invoice from my PayPal account, and it's going to be for $250 because I will not do anything for less than $250 an hour, okay? When I set up my digital business card business, we charge $49 set up, and we charge $49 a year. Why is that? I touch that card one time, okay, for that 90 bucks, for that $100 bill. I touch it one time. I can build 4 of those an hour. That's $400 an hour, okay? I built 6 of them today. I built 7 last Wednesday before I got on. So I know what my time is worth, okay? But what I based my pricing on is it would take me about 20 minutes, okay, 20 to 25 minutes for each one. And I split that up. I said, okay, that's $250 an hour, and that's what I'm going to make. I don't care what I do, okay? It's going to come out to $250 an hour because that's what I'm worth, okay? Depending on what I'm doing, I'm probably worth more than that, but that's what I charge, okay? That's what I charge. So if you want to spend an hour with me, write me a $250 check, and I'll spend all the hours with you that you want to do. But that's the way you've got to look at your business, especially when it comes to the digital business cards and your pricing. When I first started digital business cards, I had several people call me and send me emails and how stupid I was, and Kerry, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard of. You can't make money with those, and you can't I'm not going to start over, buddy. You're going to have to catch the video, okay? And that's right, a million and one Fosters. That's right. That's what I would work for a million and one Fosters here. But let me tell you something. When I sit down and do what I do, I know what I'm worth, and I know what it takes me, and I know exactly where I'm at, and that's what I'm going to make. All right? That's what I'm going to make. So what are you worth? Let me ask you that question. What do you think you're worth? And some of you may say, well, you know, Kerry, I'd settle for $50 an hour. If it takes you an hour to build an app, charge them $50. Does everybody get where I'm coming from when I say don't cheat yourself on these digital service cards, and don't cheat yourself on these digital business cards, and don't cheat yourself on the apps? Know what you're building, know how long it takes you. If you have to sit down and build 50 different apps, 50 different ways, you need to know how long it's going to take you, okay? You've got to know how long it's going to take you. And what you've got to do is say, this is what I'm worth, this is how much I want to charge, and that's a great way to break it down. You got to know what your costs are. For a digital service card, I can tell you now, a digital service card will take me, just like a digital business card, about 15 minutes, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the forms up front, and kind of like I showed you guys with the digital business cards last week in the reseller program, the referral program, I'm going to pretty much do it the same way. My forms will all be built, okay? So I'm thinking that's the way I'm going to go. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to test it on this app, and I will share that with you. You guys, unlike the digital business card, because I've tested that over the last year 1,000 different ways. And some of you come back and say, well, Kerry, that didn't work for me. Well, you didn't do what Kerry said. That's why it didn't work for you. But you're going to watch me step by step, and it'll probably take several months, okay, to develop this, to find out exactly what works with the customers, to find out what sales pitch works, the whole 9 yards. But what's going to happen is you guys can do this with me. You can go out and test the market with me. We can share ideas together with me, and we can build a digital service card business that is out of this world, okay? Out of this world. So how many ways can you make money with this mobile app system? Hundreds. Hundreds. Don't get tunnel vision, okay? Don't get so wrapped up that you're in the mobile app business that you forget that you've got a marketing tool for every niche out there. Every single one of them. And if you get wrapped up in that and you don't see that, you're not going to do very well. Okay? You're not going to do very well. I'll use Sherry out in California. She hit a niche with that business directory, and we went over that when we first started this thing a dozen times. I've showed people how to build directories, and we got a section in our training section on how to build directories. Sherry and I went back and forth. We spent hours on the phone. We spent hours testing and doing things with the app. She was actually out selling the program. She got hooked up with another a print directory, and her business took off like a skyrocketed. Another reseller in Nebraska who just absolutely went gangbusters on directories. I tried to tell everybody, get in the directory business. And guess what? Nobody listened to what I'm saying. They're doing very, 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 very well. Okay? Their monthly residuals is probably more than most of you guys are making. Okay? On their monthly residuals. So let's work on this service card thing together. Okay. Next week, we're going to go into building it. Next week, we're going to go into developing it. I'm already going to do that. I'm going to start developing it tomorrow. Okay. We've already got our test to do. We're going to see exactly how it works, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. Okay. Kitty, hush. and we're going to go through this together. And you guys, if you will, and this is the key. I'm going to tell you guys just like I told my kids when they was growing up, okay? And I ain't got no kids. But if I had a dozen kids, I'd have told all of them, all right? Just like you tell your kids, if you'll do this and do it well, you'll be successful. If you don't do it and you do what I don't, and you don't do what I don't tell you, and learn from my mistakes, guess what's going to happen? You're going to fail. There's one thing we learn in life. If you do as the successful do, you'll probably be successful. Do as the failures do, and you'll probably fail. That's just the way it works. Okay? So let's be successful on this together. Let's work on this together. Let's build this together. And I'm telling you, with all of our minds in one place, we're going to do extremely well. Okay? So that's all I've got to say this week, because I just wanted to build the groundwork. I wanted to give you guys things to ponder on and to think about and to see right where you're going. But I'm telling you, and listen to what I'm fixing to say. Take this system, the Instant App Wizard system, and break it down in as many ways as you possibly can, and you will make money hand over fist because nobody else is doing it. I have some people say, man, we don't want to put that out there to too many people because we're going to step on each other's toes. Trust me, you're not going to step on each other's toes. You will never cover all the service industries in this country. If every one of you on this call right now go out and start building digital service cards, I don't care if you live in the same city, you're not going to tap the entire market. It's not going to happen. Okay? It's not going to happen. This is something just like the digital business card. Every service industry is your customer, and every single person in the service industry needs a digital service card. Okay? Let's throw a few questions up here. I won't keep you long and won't keep you late tonight. We're going to do what we do. We're going to put the information out. We're going to start pondering on it. We're going to start working on it. We're going to make it happen. Any questions at all, other than Kenny Dutton? A digital service card is a card developed for the service industry as roofers, plumbers, AC, refrigeration, lawn services, and all those service industries out there. It's kind of like the digital business card with the exception of there's going to be some more things. Okay, Chris, I'll do that, buddy. I'll try to see if we can get together tomorrow. Digital service card, an excellent idea. Thank you, Gary. I thought so. You know, I think every idea I have is excellent. Unfortunately, some of them bite me in the butt. You know, but you know what? When I fail, I pick myself up off the ground, I shake the dust off, and I keep on going forwards. That's how you stay successful in life. Great. So there, say, you know, it's amazing. I'm going to tell you what's amazing. Gary just put up there, was asked just about this today by a carpenter. I'm going to tell you right now, hey, BK, we'll have those examples up next week. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, if you do not think that the service industry is looking for an edge up to gain customers and keep customers, you've been asleep for 1,000 years. If you've ever been in the service industry, and I have, okay, I'm talking from experience. I'll say it again. That's the reason I got involved with this in App Wizard. I talked to Woodrow, and I built my first app, and I had my guys out signing people up. As soon as a storm came, all we had to do was push a button and say, hey, American Roofing Group is right here at your doorstep. You don't need to talk to anybody else. And guess what happened? It's amazing. And you know when I did that? In my off time when we wasn't doing anything else. We were building our list in my off time when my salesmen weren't out selling anything. Man, list 150,000 businesses in Atlanta, and that doesn't include the little guys who aren't listed. Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, the service industry is huge. You've got to get on board with this. You've got to. Sit back and watch, and trust me, you're going to come back to me in about 6 months and say, Kerry, just call me stupid. You know, just call me dumb. And I could put a few adjectives on the end of that, you know. But listen, this is that KISS system. Keep it simple, silly. I'm not going to call nobody that. No. But you know where I'm coming from because everybody's popping it up on that screen. Okay? Any other questions or any other suggestions while we're talking right now? Because we're going to do this together, guys. We're going to, you know, not all of you do it exactly the way I say, but you get the general premise of what I'm doing and you make it happen. And that's all that's important. You know, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm not the dumbest either. And I like to eat frozen yogurt from the Frog and Cheesecake Factory and gosh, man, Cafe Soleil and Dune Dogs and you name it, man. I could tell you guys some places to eat that blow your mind. Weight loss report, I am down 49 pounds and looking hot. I walked out on the street today and passed by a mirror and I said, my gosh, that guy looks good, and realized it was me. Appreciate it, buddy. You know what? I don't even diet, man. I just eat a little bit of everything. And top it off with some frozen yogurt. Appreciate it, buddy. You know, you guys give me a lot of support on here with my weight loss, and I greatly appreciate that. That's one reason I do it. You know, it's funny. You can go through life and you can do things, and nobody ever tell you did well. And guess what? It doesn't work because you fail. But when somebody supports you and they love you, and I got some of that right there. And when somebody loves you and they support you and they care for you, and they tell you how great you're doing, and they tell you they love you and you look good, let me tell you something. It makes a world of difference. Any other questions or answers? Or just general, I'm getting emotional again. I do, buddy. When it comes, you know, when you're overweight and you feel like crap, I know, man, I'm a big titty baby. Getting me some emotion right now. Anybody else? All right, guys, man, it's been a great training, I think, and so many great comments, and everybody knows where I'm going. Everybody sees where I'm coming from. We're going to do this together, okay? I hear you, Ryan. Man, my mind's been going all day, my friend, and I'm telling you, this is going to be a phenomenal way to use this system. Not only that, you're going to get texting involved, and you're going to be able to do so many things, okay? So many things to help these service companies out. And they're going to love you for life. And let me tell you, there's one thing about service companies. Guess what they have a lot of? Because they do big ticket items. They got a lot of money. John Boehner. Yeah, John Boehner, man, he likes to cry a lot, man. He's always crying. God bless you guys too, man. Hey, it's been great. What changes should we expect in version 2.0? We're going from a STS Cadillac to a Ferrari. A Ferrari. And I'm not talking about a $200,000 Ferrari either. I'm talking about one of those at about 800 grand. Make yours wine red. I hear you, brother. A Bugatti. That's right, man. I know about that Bugatti. There's a song about the Bugatti. I got me a Bugatti. I got me some Bugatti. Absolutely. All right, guys. Man, it's been great. It's been fun. I love each and every one of you that come and take your time to be a part of this training. You guys are awesome, man. Yeah, no, I'm not going to start singing. I might. Hey, next week I'll be singing that Bugatti song to y'all. It's a little rap song. Just call me Rapping Carrot. But, all right, guys, I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming out. Once again, we are going to build this digital service car together. The DSC, this isn't the DBC. This is going to be the DSC, and it is going to be hot, hot, hot. All right, guys. Hey, Zahir, it's been a pleasure having you, my friend. Adios, amigos. Que sera, que sera. BK says, Carrie's kind of hip. How do you know that song? Listen, dude, I listen to hip-hop all the time. I'm a hip-hop man. I drive down the road with my windows down, AC on, the satellite radio cranking. You know, I got to have me some hip-hop. I got to move in my car. That's another way I lose weight. I bust a little move every now and then. I jump out of the front seat, get on by the red light, shake it a little bit, twerk a little bit, and then I move on. BK, they ain't no twerking with this boy. Hey, there you go, man. I hear you, brother. Hey, I can hang with anybody. You can listen to Waylon Jennings and we can hang. But I hear you, Kenny. I won't sleep at night thinking about me twerking either. What's that girl, Miley Cyrus? Y'all be calling me Miley next week. Y'all been calling me somebody else. All right, guys. Good night, man. God bless, and I will see y'all in the group.